Hello, my Cancer and Cancer rising friends, Sandra from ForyoChi.com, and this is your monthly outlook with me for January 2021. Welcome to the new year. We're going to see how this new year is going to start out for you. I've decided to put all the 12 houses again here free on YouTube. Normally I do half-seas, but I think it's important for you guys to get the full reading as we are neck deep in these eclipse energies and lots of changes coming about for everyone. Right, so it is free here on YouTube, and this is my gift to you for the holiday spirit. Please share this video with any Cancer or Cancer rising friend that you have that will help them navigate through these energies. And also, if you haven't subscribed and hit the notification bell, please do. The subscription will automatically enter you to a drawing where I draw a winner for a free email reading with me with the Cards of Truth. I almost said YouTube reading. Cards of Truth email reading I draw once a month, and you're going to want to make sure you check out the weekly videos where I announce the winner in one of those weekly readings. And so therefore you're going to want to click the notification bell so that you can watch them right away, as you have 7 days to claim your prize. Okay, let's start this off here because this is very action-packed. Not surprising. Your first house here, prosperity begins. This is you planting the seed for what you're going to harvest later. And a lot of times this is a small business idea or a side gig or a way to make some extra money. The oracle message from the Wisdom of the Avalon deck is Deer, which talks about gentleness and diplomacy. So in other words, don't try to force this to happen. If this is a brand new idea, make sure you're writing all of the information down that comes to you regarding it, and maybe you start to do it later. Okay, so this is definitely like one step in this direction, pause. Another step, pause. Make sure your foundation is stable before placing one foot in front of the other. So, it's not time for gung-ho on this. It's time for slow and steady progress, okay? Now, you did pull the Devil in the second house here. We also pulled the Devil later on with another tarot deck that I used in the 7th house. We'll get to that in a minute. But for the majority of you, this is spending too much. So, scale back the spending for other people. Of course, this could also mean that someone is trying to spend your money, right? And it could also be a Capricorn. So make sure you put your foot down there. But essentially, this is my shopaholic card. A lot of times when I'm reading for someone who's an older woman, I pull this card. I say to them, lay off the QVC and the HSN, right? And they laugh hysterically. And they are laughing because it's true. They spend way too much money on the Home Shopping Network, and they know that they need to scale it back. Okay. What is our oracle message? The dog, which talks about unconditional love. So if you are a shopaholic, I feel like the shopaholic tendencies in you were about buying for other people and not yourself. So instead of buying for other people, I feel like you should scale that back and instead treat yourself to a mani-pedi or massage and show yourself some unconditional love. Not a bad message. I just dropped a card. Hang on just a second. I'm going to pick it up. That happens to other readers. Hasn't happened to me on a video yet, so why should it happen right now? Why not me, right? Disruption, 3rd house. Now this card rules brother, sister. It also rules communication. You could have a blow up in your when you're in the process of communicating something, and it could go south. But for many of you, this is going to be talking about a sibling relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be blood. It could be brother, sister-in-law, or stepbrother and sister, or someone that you would consider close enough to be a brother or sister to you. This person has the hit the fan with them in their life in January. And it is coupled by this message, birth and rebirth, giving birth or being born is not necessarily a fun process, right? It is painful for the mother and the young one. And going through that again, which this card indicates in a rebirth, is like double the pain, double the non-pleasure. This is not a fun combination at all. I don't think I've ever pulled this combination. So your brother or sister is really going through the ringer right now. If you are on speaking terms, you may need to help them physically, emotionally, financially, etc. Okay. 4th house, conflict and defeat. So this is walking away from arguments in your home. You are not getting across this person because they aren't listening to you. They aren't listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth. Now, what is the oracle message that we pulled here is the fire fairy, creative action, and optimism. You are going to use your God-given divine talents and your intuition to fix whatever the problem is here. The words will automatically come to you to shut this argument down, the situation down, so that you can pick it back up later when this person is in a better receptive mode to receive your communication, what you need to say to them. So listen to that intuition, Cancer. It's there. It's funny that you guys didn't pull any chakra cards, I think. Oh, no, you did. You did pull a chakra card. I spoke too soon. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, 5th house. 5th house is activated this month with you guys. This is your dating life. It was severely activated last month, and I think even the month before that. This is the karma card. For some of you, you may meet someone new dating that you've known in a previous lifetime. That's how much of a big deal this card is. For others of you, you may already be dating someone who shows up in your 5th house here, but whatever happens to this relationship or to this person in the month of January is divinely contracted. That means they agreed to this situation before they ever arrived on this planet. Now, there's something about a burden here that needs to be laid down. Perhaps this is your burden of previous relationships that you are bringing into this new relationship that needs to be let go. Or perhaps this is the burden of the other person that's bringing in their baggage and they need to let that go. Or maybe it's both of you. It could be a little bit of both. Let's face it. Now, your 6th house, accelerated motion. So this is your house of work and health. This card suggests that there is a hard life lesson at play here in work or health. Perhaps you said yes to a job that maybe you shouldn't have. If you're not feeling great about your job or your health, and you've already had, if you have a health issue, of course, consult a doctor immediately. There's no medical advice that's being given in here without consulting a doctor first, right? The Queen is here with the Empress energy to let you know and remind you how powerful you are. She talks about being divinely feminine, right? And she's on her throne and she's got everything that she needs and she has all of her help that's available to her, and she is fruitful and she is powerful and she is abundant and she is lavish and she is fertile, right? She's got it going on. So what I'm here to tell you is don't feel bad about this, because you are manifesting everything that you want and need here. And you need to maintain, I don't want to say acquire because you already have it, maintain the confidence to remain status quo. Okay, don't worry. You got this. 7th house, primary relationships. This could also talk about business partnerships for those who have business partnerships, but this card talks about pause. It's time to pause in relationship. Take a breather. Reassess things. Don't push forward with something just quite yet. And the reason why you don't want to push it, you pulled the serpent. This is the snake card, obviously. This is talking about healing and gaining wisdom in order to heal. So you definitely could be healing yourself. You could be healing from a past lifetime, a past relationship. There could also be an indication of someone who was born in the year of snake coming in, or you could be with someone born in the year of snake. So look those years up. I think one of those years is 1977, if I am correct. But not the only year, of course. Who is around you in your 7th house? Wow. Okay, we pulled 2 cup cards. So that is Scorpio, another Cancer, or Pisces, right? Could also be a 9 or an 8 life path. But we have the Devil card, and that does symbolize a Capricorn here now, doesn't it? And I'm hearing a lot of the Cancers go, boo, they don't want the Capricorn because the Capricorn is the ex. What are you going to do about that, Cancer? Only you can decide. The 8th house, we have truth. 8th house represents intimacy, contracts, taxes, legal matters, and the source of your significant other's income if you guys have that. Truth says that a certain subject matter can no longer be swept under the rug. You have to deal with this. This could be a tax issue that you've been putting off. This could be a legal matter that you have to address. This could be an intimacy problem, right? A lot of times I pull this card, and especially for people who are sensitive like Cancers are, it means dealing with that long-term intimacy issue in therapy, right? We have the restriction card here, which means it echoes the message of truth in that you are at a crossroads. The road that you are on has stopped. You can no longer go in that direction. You have to choose the fork, either A or B here. One of those paths is the path to healing, the other one, not so much. So make sure you're choosing the path to healing there. 9th house, memories of love. 9th house rules your travel and also any new skill that you'd like to learn. You are reminiscent of times past of when you could travel to places that you wanted to go to. Maybe you didn't get to go, on your holiday that you normally do. Or you are reminiscent of when you could attend school, but you're not. However, there is trust here. Trust that it's all going to work out in your favor, which I love this message, not to worry about that, okay? All right, now, Cancer, here's where we get into the psychic message in your 10th house of career and also your mother. Crown chakra is messages, as you guys know, that come in the form of blocks of thought that are dropped into your mind, and a lot of times it's in the shower or a bathtub or a bathroom around running water. Pay attention to the messages that are simply dropped in as you are going about your everyday routine. It also could be while you're driving or doing, your morning routine, eating your breakfast, putting on your makeup, brushing your teeth, something like that. Also pay attention about the messages that come in regarding your mother. And also your mother could be receiving this divine guidance right now also, and she may tell you that she has a premonition, for those of you that have psychic mothers, and a lot of people who are Cancers do. The oracle message here is the owl, which talks about deception and wisdom. I always make sure that whenever I receive a message that I ask the question again, is this the truth, right? Because you could receive messages that aren't necessarily true. coming from a riffraff source. So when you're asking for the truth, you are cutting out that riffraff, right? But the owl does bring messages here, and it can bring a message of clarity, which I love. The owl are messenger cards, messengers by trade, if you will, but specifically in this deck, and they do bring wisdom from a higher realm. Now, your 11th house rules children. For those of you that don't have children, but many of you do, it's talking about a close friendship of yours. Choose wisely. So this card is for your child or your best friend. Choose wisely says there is a decision that needs to be made, or your child or best friend believes that they need to make it this month. However, the energy is so scattered, it's really a crapshoot that they're going to make the right choice here. One direction is the appropriate direction, the others not so much. I always advise the client, if they absolutely have to make a decision in January, of course, this is for your child, not you, seek the advice of a trusted reader so that you can go through all of the options before they decide. Now, here's the problem. The novice, which is the Fool card, traditionally the Fool, is not a bad message, but combined with this message of choose wisely here is they are not skilled enough to make the appropriate decision in this regard, which is why they need to consult an expert regarding it. Okay. So definitely pull the foot off the gas, start braking. Okay, 12th house, the light. I love this message. Prosperity and bliss is assured. This card predicts the future. So 3 months from now would be April. So you're feeling better about things in April. You're also enjoying the sunshine of the spring, and you are protected. Love, love, love it. Okay, you're feeling not only blissful, but you also are feeling confident in this protection in April. What a great message. All right, so that's it for your January reading. Thank you so much for being here with me. Make sure you check out your Cancer career reading that I did for 2021 and the love and the money readings for Cancer that I did on Vimeo, which will be in these boxes here next to me, and the links will be below. Many blessings to all of you.